Yep, sour D, chunky nuggets. Isn't she beautiful? There's some glitter bomb in here. Let's see, which one's glitter bomb? I think that's glitter bomb there. This is my own fertilizer that I make out of stuff from the farm. Paper, scraps, sawdust. This is older, so this is almost, so you can see this is mainly worm castings right there. And then sunlight and water and air and magic. We just need to learn how to get back into doing that again. This is Blue Dream. The taller ones here are Blue Dream. My name is Walter. I am from Southern California originally, and I've been up now here more than half my life, right here on this piece of land in Trinity County, Emerald Triangle. I've been growing in this spot for 23 years. What year is it? Yeah, yeah, something like that, yeah. Back in the day, we used to grow big plants only. This would have been small. 20 years ago, this would have been small, because the laws were all based on number of plants.
Yeah.
And if you had 100 plants in a little tray like this,
yeah,
that was more trouble than 99 10-foot diameter plants.
Okay.
And so we were always really paranoid about those numbers.
So
so we grew giants, monsters, right? So yeah, we would plant them in really deep, rich soil and just grow one plant as big as we can.
Yeah.
But the problem is, you need a ladder to go check on it. And so I was hauling around a 14-foot orchard ladder with, let's see, more than that, 5 meters, about 5 meters, almost 5 meters. It's heavy, it's tall, you know?
Yeah.
And I fell off one time and broke my leg on it. I'm like, I don't like this. I like plants that I can see.
Yeah.
So this one right here is Colombian necktie from Happy Dreams. We're just now trying it out. It's the first time growing this one. Well, I mean, so far, it's got really interesting terps.
Okay.
It's not one of whatever 6 or 10 profiles we see all the time. So then on the other side, there's a key lime jack. Now check out the nose on this one. This one smells like key lime pie or something. It's really amazing. These both have a little more time to go yet.
Wow, that smells so different.
So then there's a couple of OGs over here. And like I said, these are personal plants. So these are kind of more experimental seed plant. Yeah. But we take a cutting of each one.
Okay.
In case it's special. In case it's special.
So there are 2 OGs here?
This is, I believe this is high octane OG from the same breeder as those ones. There's just down here, let's see, this is another OG. This one is, I think, OG gas or something like that, if I remember right. We got, let's see, these other ones were planted really late. Oh, here's a bubble gum. You can see the roots got all this. So because there's wood buried right under the ground, these were in pots. When we put it down, you couldn't get it down very far. And so now you can see the root crown. It's all exposed and it's turned green.
Nice.
Freaky Dreams. This one's got a really interesting structure. Maybe if it's a washer or something, I don't know, but it's got nice, it's terpinolene dominant.
Oh, wow.
Terpinolene dominant for sure. So it's not a washer.
Oh, wow, dude. It's really interesting. It has a nice zing to it.
So it's got that terpinolene and it's got some fruit and maybe some,
has a bit of the fruit too.
But so these are Burmese mimosa phenos. I have a cut of Burmese mimosa that we have been trying to run. She doesn't.
Look at the praying leaves, they're so heavy.
Yeah. She doesn't produce super well because she tends to chunk up really heavy on the top and then not very far down.
Yeah.
And like I said, these are different phenos of the same genetic. But I've been growing it out for 6 years. I've been breeding it and playing with it, trying to get one that is got this nose that my wife is just all over the place for. It's a really complex grapefruit, almost like a pomelo, and it's a really nice nose. But yeah, this is my sour D. Little golf balls. Sour diesel. So yeah, sour D, chunky nuggets. And she beautiful.
This random mustard plant popping up here.
Yeah, I do have a little bit of a mustard plant problem.
These.
I wish I could get my broccoli to grow that big. I mean, it's like you're related, but you don't act the same.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is started flowering around August 1st, I think. So this is headband, yeah.
This is
Yeah.
headband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just look at it already now. It's like
So yeah, this greenhouse we pulled tarps on for a couple of weeks in August to make headband come in reasonable.
yeah.
Otherwise, headband doesn't finish on time for me. She can be a little frustrating.
Like it's near.
So now it's key lime jack. And then do me a favor if you're gonna walk past these
Key lime
ladies.
jack is this.
Yep. So that one seed plant was key lime jack. Had that similar. You smell it should be similar. No, this is a really good. She's got terpinolene, so she's uppity, but she's not. To me, like usually when terpinolene's in there, it's dominant. It's not terpinolene dominant. It's gassy and limey, cheesecakey or something, you know, are the dominant. But she does shrink together a little bit instead of shrinking apart.
Yeah.
So. A little flower right here next to these ones. Thank you. And so our soil tests out a couple of years ago, it basically bankrupt. I had it had carbon in it and a little bit of nitrogen and I think a little calcium, and that was it. The guy said, this looks like ProMix almost.
Was that what? Don't the grapes just rape the land? When it
Grape,
comes to
well,
nutrients and-
grapes like to be planted on infertile land.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of them. So this wasn't a fertile piece of land, and then I underfed instead of overfed because I always like flavor over everything else.
Yeah. Over.
So yeah, you know, I have friends that their plants don't drop a single leaf. But so if you think about it, what does a pot leaf to grow is made out of the exact same things as a pot leaf.
Yeah. I used them.
Right. So, and you know, you think about that old oak, like for example, that beautiful big oak over the bus there. Yeah. It's feeding itself. You know, it's dropping leaves. The leaves are getting eaten by the mycelium and the fungus and the microbes, and then sunlight and water and air and magic. But over time, that tree is creating soil. It's sequestering carbon. It's doing all these cool things, right? We just need to learn how to get back into doing that again.
Und falls ihr auch organisch anbauen wollt, dann probiert doch gerne mal den S&R Organic Dünger 5-in-1. Den verwende ich jetzt schon seit 2 Jahren und kann ihn guten Gewissens weiterempfehlen. Unten in der Videobeschreibung findet ihr den Link und den Code, wo ihr 20% sparen könnt. Außerdem möchte ich mich auch noch recht herzlich bedanken bei Cannazen, die uns hier in der Kalifornien Tour unterstützen. Findet ihr unten im angepinnten Kommentar den Link zu Cannazen.
Du bestellst, wann du willst. Rezept online. Lieferung in 48 Stunden. Deutschlandweit.
Vielen Dank nochmal an Growth Bags, die Lagerungstüten für jedermann. Lambert hat uns hier eingeladen nach Kalifornien und uns ermöglicht, hier die ganzen Farmen zu besuchen. Deswegen großes Shoutout an Growth Bags. Unten in der Videobeschreibung findet ihr die Playlist, wo wir insgesamt geplant 10 Folgen haben, die ihr euch anschauen könnt. Ich wünsche euch viel Spaß bei der Folge und jetzt geht's weiter.
So this is a hugelkultur, brand new hugelkultur bed. So I water these things 3 times a day.
Oh yeah.
This has been watered 4 times. 3 times a day.
And 3 times.
Total 4 times, 3 or 4 times. And I mean, they got planted really late. They're you know, they're so happy. And all it is that, like I described, that hugelkultur, you know. And so let's see, we layer the wood, and then after the top layer of wood, we put our soil back up on top, and then we put some compost on there, and I added some fertilizer, and
then year after year
they get better and better.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I did a new trick here that I just tried out. The T-tape, it always wanders. It gets hot in the sun and it moves.
Yeah.
It's 100-foot long rows, and it grows and shrinks and moves. So this time I weaved it. back and forth. And now it can't get away from my plants.
That's cool.
And it's
man.
doing it. Like, so normally I got to hand water for, you know, a whole bunch of times after I plant a fresh plant. These went in during a heat wave. and it's just been easy.
That's
Your plant. This looks like the bottom of the forest.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. And you can see the wood sticking out.
Yeah.
That's,
So what is
This
well,
one's
no, that
element,
one's
right?
element. Yep.
This element.
Yep.
Element.
Element. Yeah. LMNT. We actually, when we heard that over the phone, the guy said element. So I wrote it out, you know, element, E-L-E. And so on our packaging, it's E-L-E, but the breeder, it's LMNT.
Okay.
He was a little bummed. We you know, went and won the Emerald Cup with a breed and we misspell it. Nerds, what's it called? Blue Nerds.
Oh wow. That's like a hype right there.
Yeah, that's a hype one.
Yeah.
Interestingly, we grew a greenhouse with 5 cultivars earlier, and on the property, that's the least popular. Like, none of us are
Yeah.
interested in it.
Really?
But,
I
and
mean, I
so,
guess that's a lot of the hype things is like.
yeah, I don't understand the hype. We'll see. This is our terpinolene dominant cultivar down here. So this is kind of like experiment zone, just different things. We got, oh, this is more Donny. There's some glitter bomb in here. Let's see, which one's glitter bomb? I think that's glitter bomb there, and there. Mother's milk. So this is a Soulshine. This was our first entry and first success at the Emerald Cup. No, no, it was called Fruity Pebbles OG.
Okay, the FPOG.
But it was terpinolene dominant, and when somebody says Fruity Pebbles OG to me, I don't think of terpinolene.
Yeah.
I think of fruity, maybe pebbly, maybe OG, but I don't think a random train wreck. But so it's super terpy. It's
wow.
it gold medaled at the state fair for terpinolene.
Boy, it smells so strong. Oh my god.
Yeah, she doesn't shrink much, so she doesn't grow out to be really fat, but she just stays
How is
super
it when
dense.
you wash it? Is it a wash?
Terpinolene doesn't wash in
Doesn't
general.
wash?
Yeah, the ones that smell like that, that pine sol smell.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
Okay, it's too sticky.
if somebody could wash one, they'd be rich. Well, I don't know. Maybe they'd make a wage that day at least. Then this one's that Burmese mimosa. This is the one where I was talking about that I keep that is too leafy and doesn't. I would like a little more depth of, yeah. But so here also that's mother's milk back there, and then this is more of the Burmese mimosa.
What this is?
That's been a minute since hearing that cultivar.
Mother's milk?
Yeah.
Oh, that's back. So to the right, the taller. Yeah.
That's a Bodhi, right?
Yes. That's great. That one yields well. Tons of terpenes. Like we got a 4.5%, I think, out of that one.
Oh my god.
That's great.
It's an interesting because it's a great daytime
Yeah.
if you stop at one joint.
No way.
Second joint can be a little bit more couch locky. Yeah. Because she does test at like 29% pretty consistently, THC, and
Oh wow.
yeah.
With 4.5 terp.
Yes, yeah. We got a few unicorns on here. Element does the same. Element, well, she's maybe 1% or 2% lower in THC, but
Still
right up there.
3.5 plus terps.
Yeah. The headband, we tested as low as 2.5%, but we've also tested as high as 3.5%, and that one's at 30% consistent. So here is the cutting of this is the mom plant now, but this is my keeper version of the breeding I've been doing all these years with the Burmese mimosa. So she's yielding a little further down, a little narrower leaf, still has that similar nose, but I don't think it's quite got the depth of the nose. But so actually right now we're doing a project, we're super blessed. Johnny, Huckleberry Hill Farms
We're seeing him
is, he he took a couple of cuts of ours, and he is back crossing them to white thorn.
Oh, wow.
Like, I don't know how, like, he is one of the most amazing giving people.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it blows my mind. But so, yeah, they're old mom plants. You can see some of them are still in 4-inch pots.
Oh, my God. That is so cool.
Because so this is
old
these is
HDX
multiple old used potting soil, right? So there was no room to dig in. There was just roots.
No way.
And so I just stuck it on top, put a little dirt around it, and called it good. And now here we are. This Blue Dream.
Oh, wow. I'm so
Blue
stoked to
Dream.
see that coming back.
Glitter bomb, right? Let's
Yeah.
see. I think. Let me see if I can find a tag. Yoo-hoo, tag. There it is. There it is. Oh, I see it broke. That's why. But yes, glitter bomb. We grew oh my gosh, the terps. Whew. She is lovely. So she's headband. No, she's blueberry headband. Some sort of kush something.
Oh, my
And then all crossed with grape
Yeah.
gas, I think. The grape gas is a really good pollinator or whatever you want to call it.
Such a,
Yeah.
such a good
Good
strain
parent.
as well.
She's a good, I don't know if she's used as the male or the female, but she's good. Yeah, so this is another hugelkultur bed, plant full of veggies and pollinators and stuff, and tomatoes, and you should eat some of these. These are amazing. So good.
Wow. This
These
Blue
big,
Dream?
this is Blue Dream. The taller ones here are Blue Dream. I stuffed some other ones in between. Because I find space and I put plants in it. That's what I do.
There you go.
Right? Look, like, there's a couple Donny burgers right there. Because why not?
Let's go.
Well, so we could walk down here and then visit the tanks for a second.
The water tanks.
Fertilizer tanks.
Fertilizer tank.
Fermentation.
Yep, stuff is fermenting here.
So you make your own.
This is my own fertilizer that I make out of
Oh,
stuff
wow.
from the farm, right? So I got a little sign here. This one,
Yeah.
we put in grass, weeds, leaves, and we avoid flowering, seeded fruit, stuff like that. That stuff that we're avoiding here all goes into these tanks, and these are for fruiting, flowering section, right? So buds, fruit, vegetables, and flowers. Yeah, and so we put in leaves, we put in weeds, grass, green, anything that's really doing great here, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what that is keyed in, right?
Yeah, it
and so we
comes
take
straight
that
from here.
abundance, and we fill the tank mostly full with green material.
Yeah.
Then we add water, and then that little handful of that forest soil.
Yeah.
From a couple of different trees, so we get a nice diversity of microbes and fungi and stuff. And we throw that in, close the lid, and walk away.
And how long you wait?
At least 2 weeks. You can wait 10 years.
So
It'll just get stronger
After 2
and
weeks you
stronger.
can use it.
After 2 weeks, it'll already start going, and then especially because you don't ever dump them out, you drain out the material, the liquid, and use that as liquid fertilizer. And I use that at 5% ratio. It goes in through my drippers, and then it gets down to this muck in the bottom that didn't break down yet, and we add more material on top of it. So now that stuff's buried, and it's really going to break down next time. And yeah, add more material, and so it's already got that it's already got a gut biome, right?
Yeah.
It's a living organism.
Yeah.
It's like a sourdough starter, right? There's all these examples in nature that
So
do something like this. So the way I have it set up is because we have the flowering and the veg tanks.
yeah.
And so I have a little manifold. Oops. I have a little manifold right here. And so this one, we're not doing veg feed right now, so the veg one's not hooked up. The veg one would be hooked up there, and I switch it over to veg or switch it over to flower. Right now it's on flower feed, so that's coming out of that third tank right there. Yep, so they go through this big filter right here.
Yeah.
And then it comes out of the bottom of the filter and it gets sucked in. This is called a venturi. It's a Mazzy injector.
Yeah.
And it uses the water pressure, the suction, when the water comes down to this narrow point and then expands back out, that creates a suction.
How many people you working?
Well, so there's 3 of us right now working on it. But we also are working on other things too.
Yeah.
So, it's not,
But
That's-
could you
but yeah.
do this alone?
not this much, no.
No.
And so especially
Only growing, not trimming. I mean.
well, so the harvesting,
Yeah.
that's a big time, and planting.
Planting as well. So you
So you have to have a lot of people for that. There are people that'll maintain a farm this size
Yeah.
with just 1 or 2 people,
Yeah.
but then they will hire a bunch of people to plant or to harvest or
Only
whatever.
A few times.
Right, and so there's so many different ways to do this, right? So we bring our harvest in different times, so we need less people
So you
at
can
a more
harvest
balanced.
harvest
right, yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So, I mean, we're taking cuttings in February for the first run, and then we put them in the ground in April or May, and into the greenhouse with the cover on it,
Okay.
and then.
So this all cuttings here?
Yep. So the greenhouse is all cuttings. Some of these are not. Some of these are seed.
So you're experimenting and looking for some
Yeah,
good stuff.
exactly,
Yeah, all right.
exactly. Yep. I have a friend that Jesse BioVortex that breeds some really good washers, and so we're running some of his. We Chemi G, which sounds like a good one and smelled really amazing. He had a sample of some rosin made from it, so we're running a small pheno hunt of that, and also his Mandarin cream and Mandarin dog. So that's one of the blessings of this particular location here in the Emerald Triangle is we have one of the longest dry seasons in the world.
Okay.
We get a lot of rain,
Yeah.
but it's very concentrated in the winter. So usually we'll get a couple of storms in this time period, and those are very upsetting.
Yeah. Okay.
But for the most part, it doesn't really start raining until November.
Okay.
And by then we've already brought in all the flour, hopefully, except for
Okay.
that Mexican haze down there. That one's not going to be in. But
Okay,
everything else here will be headband right here. She's like November 1st to 10th. So she's my latest.
Your latest.
Yeah,
okay.
my latest that I run normally. And I try and pull tarps on her to bring her in early if I can.
Okay.
Because that's too late, because it starts raining. And
Yeah.
then we do have problems. So yeah, it rains from November until May, and then it's done. And so that growing season is just dry. So this greenhouse here has a tarp that rolls down from the top, and it's a black on one side and white on the other. And so the white's on the outside, and it just makes it dark in there. So we can do just like we can shorten the day up.
Yeah.
This one that has these fresh plants in there, we harvested that already. We started, when the days were as long as they can get out here, which is pretty long. We get 16 hours of sunlight. As soon as the sun hits the mountain, we pull the tarps.
Okay.
And so we're not even blocking out direct sunlight. We're in a perfect little spot for it. So then that means I can have holes in my tarps, and they don't have to be perfect, because we just need to make it a lot darker, right? We don't need to make it pitch black, right?
Just
Moonlight, right? They say 2 or 3 times brighter than moonlight is where it starts mattering.
Yeah.
We can shorten the day and bring them in early, and that gives us the chance to harvest by microscope and by complete readiness,
good.
and
So
right,
you get-
we try and do the best of both worlds with that, and for us that was really important to try and just bring a real top quality outdoor and try and change that narrative. Because the plant is trying to go with the natural cycles, right? When we do that indoor and we do a 16-hour day, that's summer, right? That's the long days of summer. And then the short days of fall are coming, winter's coming, so the plant needs to make seed, needs to finish. we go to 12 hours on that indoor, right? So in nature, it takes days. You know, we're a 16-hour day today, then we're 15 hours, 59 minutes tomorrow, right? And it gets a little shorter and a little shorter. And so the plant's like, maybe we should start this week.
Yeah.
But then when you do the same thing as with the tarps, they're like, oh, it went from 16 to 12. It's time. We almost missed the ceremony. Let's go, you know? So it really it forces them a little quicker. But I think by doing the full sunlight and in the ground, we're able to get the depths to be that top shelf. Yeah. Whereas I think some people, they get the look right on the depths, but they're growing them in pots. Yeah. Because it's easier. I'm not going to lie. That's easier. Okay. This is hard. You know, you saw parts in there where there wasn't a nug. There should be a nug everywhere, right? Yeah. That's the you know, how the industry looks at it, right? Yeah. But you know, a little more light in there.
Always different. Everywhere.
Yeah, the ground's different everywhere. This is native. It's natural soil. I have a little dip in there. It's not completely flat across. You know,
that's fine.
Yeah, but so they do different. They do different, and maybe we don't. You know, maybe we reject some and keep it for our home smoke. All right, let's see. That Bub A, right, that we smelled down there. There it is. Colombian necktie. All right, that was that big plant. Yeah. Here's a cutting of it.
20 meters up from the river, right? So there's a river that runs right through here. And so what we call tule fog, which is the stuff that kind of lays low, that comes off of bodies of water. Because of his elevation, it can't climb. Tule fog stays low. But then he also gets the clouds that roll in because the ocean's not that far. Like as we drive, it'll be about 45 minutes to the west of here. Yeah. And the hotter it gets inside, the more a marine layer pulls off of the ocean. It's Mother Nature's air conditioning. Yes. So hot here, it goes, oh, there's cold moisture here. That higher level versus lower level is going to pull it in. So those clouds will come out this far, but he'll be below it because he's in a valley. Yeah, so he has this nice kind of play of marine that creates the right moisture environment, but doesn't soak the buds, risking quality.
So I can understand that he has no problems with mold and stuff.
Like,
so little.
Yeah, and only
like
it is
the other place was so humidity high.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So the last farm.
So we have the 3 different lines. We have our activating, which you already have there. The cruising, which is our afternoon varieties, our quote unquote hybrids, and then we also have our stargazing, which is for our evening varieties. Okay. And we like to use those words because we've been using the words sativa and indica for a while, but they're not really the right words. So we're trying to be more correct.
More correct, alright, yeah. Mhm. Und ich möchte auch noch mich recht herzlich bedanken bei euch Zuschauern da draußen, dass ihr hier bis zum Schluss dran geblieben seid und mich hier unterstützt, indem ihr dieses Video anschaut. Falls euch das Video gefallen hat, lasst uns gerne ein Like da oder ein Abo. Und wir sehen uns dann wieder nächsten Sonntag beim nächsten Content. Nicht vergessen, never stop growing. Wir sehen uns, euer Marc von Wheatland.